What's the point of putting out a video or writing an article? Isn't everyone out there already doing it better than you are, more experienced, a better presenter? This is going to sound crazy, but stick with me and it'll start making sense. I don't think you're afraid that they're better. You're afraid that you are. And that fear is costing you and it's costing other people. I'm going to tell you how much that adds up to be. But first, I'm going to show you what you're leaving on the table. Can you remember people saying, I've never heard anyone else talk about going through what I've experienced. I thought it was just me. You explained that better than anyone I've ever heard. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't told me that. Might have been a comment online, someone sitting at your table at home, someone at work, your own kid. What did you think when you heard them? How did it make you feel? Did you ever think about what they said? Did you print it out? Did you put it on your wall? Or did you do something else with those words of appreciation? Oh, they're so nice. How kind of them to be so thoughtful about my feelings, for shoring me up, for telling me what I want to hear. Oh, they're such good people. It's so easy to put down other people in our hurry to diminish ourselves. People come up to us, they put themselves out there to convey to us how much we've impacted their lives. And then we say, aw, they're nice. It's an excuse that we make because we're afraid that their appreciation for us somehow makes them inferior to us. So we diminish their gratitude. We tear down the words they want to use to build us up. We're not trying to minimize what they say. We're doing it because we're afraid. What are some things that you've tried to do for yourself? Have you tried personal affirmations? Do you have an attitude of gratitude about your life? Do you keep a journal and write stuff in it every day? Have you read a best-selling self-help book? I've done all of those, and I have to say, they've done very good things for me. But they don't fix this problem. Because they're all really good solutions for the wrong problem. See, I think that we've misdiagnosed ourselves and then wonder, man, I put all this time and work and stuff in. Why isn't it fixing it? It's because we're not curing the real disease. Affirmations, personal affirmations, don't work for the same reason that you can't feel others' appreciation. Fear. You're afraid, not that you're worthless, if worth is the word that even goes through your head, you're afraid that you are, or that you're going to turn into, a jerk. Someone who's self-centered, an egotistical jerk. Jerk. You worry that if you share something about yourself, some problem that you solved, a lesson that you learned, something beneficial that you did, that you're going to come across as full of yourself. Because, what if you made something that people actually need? Doesn't that mean that you have something that they don't? Doesn't it mean that you're saying that you're better than they are? And wouldn't you rather be anything but that? Would an egotistical jerk lie awake at night worrying that they're a self-centered butthead? No. They sleep like a baby because, just like a baby, they're the center of their universe. The only people who worry about whether they're a poo-poo head are the ones who don't like the smell. So try not to worry that you're going to become a jerk. The fact that you're worried about it is a pretty good indicator that it's not going to happen. I built this course called Voice of Authority. I wanted to teach people how to speak more effectively. I built a website, I made videos, I did practice routines, and I had no customers. I eventually shut it down, and there's a bunch of reasons that it might not have worked. But can you guess what reason I told myself? Evidence. I had proof that what I had to offer wasn't worth anything. Not because of bad marketing or because there's like lack of demand. I just never really sold it. I poured over 100 hours into building it, and then I starved it. Because what would it have meant if it had sold? It would have meant that people wanted to learn from me that I was some big shot. I was better than they were. I don't actually think about that way about other people, but when I let myself look really deeply, there's a part of me that would rather fail than risk becoming the thing I'm afraid of being. So, hey, surprise, it failed. And voila, I suck. In my skewed estimation. What happens inside of someone when they tell you they appreciated something that you said or wrote or did? It means they're spending their time, their finite, irreplaceable time, to tell you that you touched their life. Don't ask them if they meant it. Don't make someone defend a compliment. Never do that. It puts more on them. And you already didn't believe the first half, so you're still not going to believe it with the second half. So don't make them tell you again, just differently. Instead, ask yourself, what did it cost them? How hard was it for them to come up to you and give you that gift? Put yourself in their shoes. What's the feeling that you had when you gave that to someone else? Because that's what they want for you. You can dismiss kind words as kindness, but we only get so much time in this life. And someone spent some of that to be vulnerable with you because you made it worthwhile for them to do so. Honor that. Kindness can explain the words, but it can't explain away the cost of giving you those words. I've emceed a bunch of events. MC is the person who's up on stage doing things and make sure things move along. After one event, a guy came up to me, complimented me on my stage presence, and asked me if I could teach him how to do what I did in front of an audience. That means that he spent some of his personal status to ask me that question. He admitted out loud and in front of other people that I had something he didn't have. That didn't diminish him. He was honest with himself and what he wanted, and he deserves respect for asking. I was gracious to him. But inside myself, I was already making excuses for how he was just being nice. He was creatively trying to make me feel good. My desire, my burning desire not to overshadow anyone, just left them in the dark. I want to change that. I am changing that. You can too. Pick out a compliment someone paid you, a message they sent, something you explained away. Forget about whether they meant it. Ask yourself what it cost them. Comments that someone writes takes several minutes. If they cross a room, that's time and also some vulnerability. If someone asks you to teach them something, that costs some personal status. Think about when you did that same thing for someone else, and remember how you felt, because they feel the same way about you. So what happens when you do this, when you undercut yourself like this? Because maybe it stole away a life that you could be living right now, doing work that you love that pays well. That's the life you lost. But think bigger. Because what about the people that you could have served? Because someone needed what you never said, and they'll spend their whole life without it. Add to that every person that you never reached because you let fear take you away from them. What's that cost? What's the cost of all of those people that you never got to serve? Someone needs what you haven't said yet. This video, I had a different idea for it. It was supposed to be how important it is to share your story. how much people need it. And it's true. I believe that it's true. But when I sat down to write it, no words came. It was like I was trying to take a breath and there was no air in the room. I beat my head against it for like a week and a half. And eventually, I did something I don't do very often because it's hard for me. I asked for help from other people. I'm in a creator cohort, and I asked them, like, hey, this is really hard for me. What do you think? And they gave me some really good answers. And when I did some digging inside myself, I found a fear that I had that I had nothing worthwhile to share about the worth of sharing. We're so afraid of shining our light into other people's eyes that we don't allow it to show them the way. So let's change that. And I want to see your light too. Help me out. Tell me what keeps you from putting yourself out there. Write a comment on this video. My name is Mickey Mullen, and I appreciate you listening. If you thought this was valuable, I would appreciate subscribing. I promise that I will keep lifting us up. Thank you. I'll see you soon.